Hello, and welcome to our teacher chat. For today, we're going to be talking about the importance of routines, um, even around the holidays. So, a lot of times um, we experience some changes in our routines because of the holidays, and that's going to happen at school and at home. So, we're going to talk about why routines are important for children, and then talk about how we can make some adjustments. Um, and understand what's going on with little kiddos so we can help them through these changes and some things that are going to be happening that are outside of the norm for them. My name's Tanya Lentz, and I'm an infant and early childhood mental health consultant with the Children's Resource Center. And thanks for coming to our teacher chat. So let's talk about why are routines so important for kiddos? And it all goes back to the brain and how kids function. And routines really provide that sense of safety for children. And when they know what to expect, they're able to come out of that limbic system or that blue system there and get to that prefrontal lobe or that green section where we know all the good stuff happens, where kids can be calm, they feel safe, and they can learn. So anytime something changes for a kiddo or they don't feel safe, they kind of go down into that blue. And then if they really feel threatened, they go down into that red. So we really want to try to keep kiddos in that green section where they feel safe, where they can learn. And routines help do that. So it's really, really important for a kiddo's development that we try to keep things as routine as possible. That's why when we schedule things that are outside of the routine, a lot of kids might struggle with that. So let's talk about how they might struggle and what we can do to help them. So routines and self-control. A consistent routine or activities that happen at about the same time and in about the same way each day provide comfort and a sense of safety to young children. It helps them learn to trust that caring adults will provide what they need. And that structure is really what a kiddo craves. So when children feel this sense of trust and safety, they're free to do their work, which is to play, explore, and learn. So anytime that we provide those routines for kiddos and they can kind of get into a great routine, it helps them come out of that comfort zone for them and explore a little bit. And that's how kids learn. Routines and power struggles. So stable routines allow babies and toddlers to anticipate what's going to happen next. And routines can also limit the amount of no's and behavior corrections you need to give a child throughout the day, since the child can better predict what's going to happen next. So anytime we have those routines, it kind of eliminates those power struggles. So they might say, well, I want to play with my ball right now. Nope. Let's go look at the routine or the schedule that we have posted, and we're going to talk about what we're doing and when we might be able to get the ball out to play. So it kind of eliminates those power struggles for you. So setting those consistent routines and sticking to them and walking them through what the day is going to look like helps a child know what to expect. Routines and social skills. As babies grow, they come into contact with more people and begin to learn patterns and routines for social interactions. So greetings, goodbyes, and chatting with others are examples of routine interactions that teach good social skills. These interactions are also opportunities to help our children develop language skills. So anytime that they know what to expect, we're going to greet them at the door. We're going to sing songs about welcoming people in for the day. We're going to say goodbye cheers to each other. Things like that helps them learn language and develop some good social skills. So routines and transitions. Depending on the child's temperament, transitions between activities may be easy or they may be more difficult. But routines can help make these transitions easier. Some teachers might use a timer on their phone or a 5-minute warning to prepare children for a change in activity. Sometimes we have a group of kiddos that really don't need that. And sometimes we have a couple kiddos that really do. So reading the room and kind of understanding each child's temperament and whether they need those warnings about what's going to be happening next and that there's going to be a transition is really important. So for example, we might say, we have 5 more minutes to play, and then we need to clean up and get ready for our next activity. And it just kind of gives that little warning. And sometimes if you know a kid that really struggles, after you give the whole group that 5-minute warning, you might just go over and rub them on the back and say, did you catch that 5-minute warning? We have 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna move on to our next activity, just to kind of allow them that transition time so they know what's coming. So, what routines look like at school? And the best thing that we can do is to provide a picture schedule for kiddos. So, going over that with them in the morning, table time, circle time, centers, small group, and talking about what each of these things are with them, music and movement, things like that, and providing a picture that goes along with it, because they can't read yet. So, we want to make sure we provide that visual schedule to them. So, anytime they might be struggling, we can just walk over and, okay, let's go over our routine again for the day and point, okay, this is where we're at. We're at centers. What's next? And kind of help them through that routine so it can help them prepare themselves for what's going to happen next. And for kids who really do struggle with needing that routine, we might even do an individual schedule. This one's posted up in the classroom. I've seen lots of different ways. I've seen kids who actually wear like a little schedule, a little Velcro schedule. So they can just look right at it and say, oh, okay, this is where we're at. This is what we're going to be doing next. And it just helps prepare that kiddo for what's going to be happening so they can kind of stay in that safe zone. So getting a timer or using a timer on your phone, if you have a smartphone, using that, it's a great visual. I've seen teachers even put them up on the smart board to kind of help kiddos see that there's going to be a transition, and it just helps their little bodies prepare for what's happening next. And so, importance around the holidays. So holidays can be a really hectic time at home and at school because we're doing a little bit different things. We should try to keep things as routine as possible. So anytime we're having something special, holiday related, trying to work that into our typical routine throughout the day and not trying to throw things off too much is really important. But there's also going to be special events at home as well. They might be going to choir concerts. They might be staying up late to watch a holiday movie. They might be decorating their Christmas tree, so they're up kind of late. A lot of things happen that throw their routines at home off as well. And we can't change that. We don't want to change that because the holidays are really an exciting time for kiddos. But we just need to understand that some kiddos are going to need a little bit adjustment to those breaks in routine and preparing ourselves for what that's going to look like. So understanding each temperament of the children that are in your classroom and working with them and understanding that oh yeah, this kiddo here does not do well with change. And so, talking with the parents, kind of seeing what's going on at home, if there's any major changes or any to their routine, just so you can be prepared of what that's going to look like. We're going to maybe see some different behaviors. We're going to see some challenging behaviors in the classroom. So preparing for that, trying to keep things as consistent as possible at school because that makes them feel safe. But even though it's a very exciting time, some kiddos are not going to adjust well to that. And as a teacher, just being prepared for what that's going to look like. So again, my name's Tanya Lentz, and I included my email address here. I also took some stuff from Conscious Discipline and the Devereaux Center for Resilient Children. And there's an article that I used as well, from 0 to 3, about creating routines. And I used a graphic on the brain from Teachers Pay Teachers. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. But thanks for coming to our teacher chat for today, and happy holidays.